Good afternoon, class. This is Chef Jackson Lamb, Metropolitan State University of Denver, talking to you today about Chapter 15, which is Components of Healthy Menus. You know, let me tell you a brief story. I had an opportunity to go out to a large dinner event at a large hotel in downtown Denver last week. And as I sat at my table where I was supposed to sit down, I was surrounded by some other people. And as the wait staff came over to see if we had any special requests, two of the people at the table said, yes, we want the vegetarian option. Okay, the waiter said, not a problem. Listed in the menu was what that option was. It was a cauliflower steak with lentils and grilled asparagus. So anyway, as dinner is being served, I am served the braised short rib, and the waitstaff continues to try to give these two women at the table braised short ribs, and they said, no, vegetarian. End of the service, they are out of the vegetarian option. So my comment for you is, I think today chefs don't recognize that there's a huge movement coming through, and we really need to pay attention to healthier menus. And as a result, what the ladies actually got was sauteed kale with beans and with the lentils and the asparagus. It wasn't a very attractive plate. When we are looking at components of healthy menus, first of all, we need to consider vegetarians up there. And it's not too much work to go to the next step of being considered vegan menus. They're not that difficult to execute if we are already at a vegetarian menu. Vegan applications, though, does limit a lot of things that you can't use. You can't use anything that is, you can't use honey, you can't use cheese, you can't use any dairy products. Nothing from any protein, that's for sure. It is all plant-based, but that's good. In other healthy applications, we have to consider gluten-free. There's so many people today that have an intolerance to gluten, any bread, flour usage. We really need to be aware of that. I mentioned lactose earlier. Lactose intolerance is another one of those allergies that people suffer from, along with nut allergies and then shellfish allergies. So these are all those types of things we need to consider if we want to make healthier menus. Lastly, in this list, use of sodium. We really need to look at the use of sodium and can that be curtailed? Food preparation techniques is another part of healthy menus. We need to, well, I'll tell you what, we've learned about cooking techniques in other chapters. If we're looking for healthier menus, deep frying is out. I'm sorry, but it's too much oil if we're trying to live a plant-based cuisine life. Shallow sauteing is probably out as well. Braising is good because a lot of times with braising we're searing and then we're bringing in another liquid that can help cook the product. Searing is good, the searing is great, but is steaming an option? It's not always an option in most operations, so steaming is actually one of the better ways, especially if we're dealing with things like fish. Okay, making menus more healthy. You know, first of all, when we're going to change our menus, we need to make sure that we are selling what our customers are buying, and we need to listen to what the customers want. You know, we might want to be the healthiest people on earth. Maybe our customers are not so much. Think about what you're selling and what they're buying. What else do we have to have here? Have no oil as an option. I have a daughter-in-law that likes to go out and she says, listen, I'll take a fried egg, no oil. So hopefully they're using stick-free Teflon pans or whatever they're using today. Food production issues. The other issue here is sometimes line cooks need to be retrained. They may have come into our operation with bad habits from another space. And so as a result, sometimes training our new line cooks that we just hired, training them in better, healthier ways of cooking might help the overall scheme of things. Hey, it's Chef Jackson Lamb. Here we are down at the test kitchen here at Metro State University of Denver, talking about Chapter 15, Components of Healthy Menus. We'll see you next time, everybody. Thanks. Bye-bye.